name is Craig Birmingham, and this is my brother, my baby brother, Terry Birmingham. And he was wrongly convicted of rape. And we're here today to let the world know that this man here has been wrongly convicted. And he's been in prison. And we're declaring his innocence.
Hold on 1 second. I can't see Ralph. Ralph, look this way. So I can get you. Okay.
No victim, no witness. We're here today to support Terry Birmingham in the injustice that was done to him. They've got the wrong man. We want justice, no peace.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait a minute here.
Tell me.
Okay.
Who was that?
Hold it up, sure, so I can. Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Okay, Ralph.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this proclamation was given to Bishop Birmingham in reference to his faithful work within the city of Kansas City. This is Terry's oldest brother and his pastor.
And sorry, can you tell me your name?
Yeah, my name is Cliff Ruff. And just to show a little bit about the family, the character, and the background of which Terry was brought up and raised in. A very religious family with very godly standards. Pause.
Okay, so this is Cheryl Birmingham that is holding the poster here. It's a proclamation to Bishop Birmingham. And Brother Craig, what is it actually saying? What is it talking about?
Well, first of all, Bishop Birmingham is Terry's Birmingham's oldest brother and his pastor. And this proclamation is really just signifying his work in the community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Mayor Charles Willard proclaimed him as chaplain of Troost. And during that time, Troost was very raw. It was filled with, prostitution and all kind of things that was happening, negative things up in the city. Mm-hmm. And it was bars and strip places,
okay.
You name it. Mm-hmm. And we worked along with my brother John and helped really through the power of God, mm-hmm. Clean up True Street.
Okay.
So this proclamation was given to Bishop John Birmingham, and it's just one of the great things in Terry's life. And I believe Terry was a patsy. Mm-hmm. He was like many young black men. Mm-hmm. He was thrown in prison as a for a status quo. If you look at the evidence and all the things that was taking place mm-hmm. during his trial, he shouldn't even be in prison.
That's right.
But I believe truly, and I'm just being real with it, he was put in because he was a black man, and okay. They needed to close a case.
Right.
And we have not noticed the person. We have not seen the person, mm-hmm. a picture of the person, nothing. We just know a name, Carol Cooper. And I believe the justice was totally injustice to my baby brother. Mm-hmm. And I used to look up highly to our justice system. Mm-hmm. But what happened to my brother was railroaded. Okay. And he was thrown away. And I believe that our justice system has really did the Birmingham family a big injustice.
So what you guys are saying, no justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
Yes, no justice, no peace.
I mean, there was no witness. There was nothing fair for us. There was only trying to close a case. And someone is out today enjoying his life, and my brother is locked up.
If it was anybody.
If it was anybody who, and if there was a real person named Carol Cooper.
Pause. Okay. This is Mother Birmingham. This is Terry Birmingham, mom.
I had a lot I wanted to say concerning this, because this is my child that they got falsely accused.
Could you speak up a little bit, Mother?
You don't hear me? Who has been falsely accused. And I know he's been falsely accused. A lot of people know he's been falsely accused.
Right, yeah.
Because there's so many things, even according to the Constitution, that they denied Terry of his constitutional right.
All right.
Of a lot of things. And what I'm showing here is, this is still one of the, this is John too, Bishop John Birmingham. This is on his birthday, August the 30th. You know, he was on his birthday. He got a call because he was so sick of crying. It didn't matter whether it was black or white. We don't go there. He wasn't worried about that. All it was people was getting killed. And he was concerned. We all, the whole family worked together. His dad was there. I was there. Sisters, Sister Diane was there. And a lot of the family was there. And he did this on the corner of 51st and Prospect. He was willing to sacrifice on his birthday to get in this coffin. You see this coffin?
Turn it around here, please.
And he's in there, regardless of what it took to get something over that was justice and right to help the community and to help Kansas City. That's what the Birmingham family did. We put our lives on the line. I've been shot at. I've been knocked down steps. Bishop been the same thing, a lot of the rest of them. But we kept on fighting, trying to get justice to be done in this city. And but it didn't. When it turned around on us. And my son and their brother and their friend, they look at how this was done, and it's so hard when you look at it, how they did that. And the question was asked, I think this Star said that, they wanted to know, the news did, why was this black church, why was it interest in protesting against Adela, who was white, all the victim was white, it's in the Star, why will Birmingham be concerned about just doing something for white? Number one, we don't go by race. We go by love. We go by need. That's how we started. All of the 14 brothers, 13 brothers and sisters walked that street because of so much injustice has been done. And especially to the black. I might wish to tell the truth and shame the devil.
All right.
So that's just the way it is, and I gotta tell it like it is. It's been going on for years. So this the only thing that I can see that Terry is really put out there lightly. Now, all you can hear on here is black, Negroes, and just different stuff like that. So, but this is what John had did, and the rest of us were standing by and watching. That was before Terry was ever accused of any of this. And it wasn't about black. It was about a need, people being helped. That's why they wanted to know why was Birmingham and nothing but a black church. Why was their interest? Because of love. And that's why we don't preach race. We preach Jesus and love. And that's what it was all about. It didn't matter what color it was, but it was somebody being hurt. So they're having a hard time all along trying to find Terry guilty, and they know that they couldn't. That's why when the boy was saying it's no victim. There's no victim, no witnesses, no fingerprints, no footprints, nobody saw it. The woman didn't even accuse him, whoever the woman is, if it is a woman. I don't even know if it is a woman. And they promised that if they didn't find her within 10 days, they would drop the whole thing, but they didn't do it. They ran through it so they could convict, I would say, a black man.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. And we,
So what you're saying that is that you guys didn't want a black man trial, you wanted a fair trial.
That's right, Miss Diane. That's all we wanted. was a fair trial, not a black man trial. Because a black man trial, he's already guilty. Whether they saw him or heard from him, they just want to put it with a black man.
Okay.
That's why you kept seeing through the thing you saw, Negroes, black man.
Right, right.
Negroes, black man. If you got raped, you just got raped. So, and that's the whole thing that we're so upset about. And even with the way they did his jury, they went with 2 blacks on the jury. And because the black boy said that he couldn't find him guilty because who did it? The woman didn't accuse him.
Right.
We couldn't cross-examine her. Birmingham couldn't wait for her to say, you did that. Only somebody did that was the prosecuting attorney. And she didn't know nothing about Miss Cooper nor Birmingham. She'd never seen it. And she was always one that went up there with the asking some questions that didn't make sense.
Right,
Did you
right.
have a fantasy to have sex with a white woman?
Right.
So that was out of course completely. Do you have a fantasy to have sex with a white woman? A woman is just a woman, and he was very
Right.
humiliated about that.
Right.
And knew he couldn't do nothing but sit there and let them accuse him. He said, I couldn't say a word. But they would have set me down, and if I'd have made any move, they would have handcuffed me and no telling what else would happen. So he just had to sit there and listen. He said, I never had my mind on nothing about raping a white woman. Well, you don't have to rape anybody anyway. He said, I'm not guilty. I know he's not guilty. And I'm his mother, and I'm saying it because I know he's not guilty. And as you see, and they say everything else, that's what they tried to say. But he never tried no rape. He never has rape. He never had a sexual nothing. Whatever's on here, they made it up. And so that's what I gotta say, because that's my son. And if he was guilty, I would fight for him, but I would tell the truth. But he's
All
not
right.
guilty. He's not guilty. That's all you can say. He's not guilty.
Right.
Not guilty, it's not,
So all we
Yes.
want is justice. All we want
Justice,
is justice.
justice.
That's
All
it.
we
It's
want is
justice.
justice.
that's what this YouTube is all about. It's just we're crying out. And even within the media, they're refusing to give it an opportunity to cry out, give us an opportunity to speak out.
Yes.
And to me, that's a form, that's against our constitutional right as well. And, you know, they may not care whether Terry live or die,
All right.
but his
Yes.
family do. And
Yes.
we want justice.
Yes.
We want someone to hear us. And that's why we're here today.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Diana Lee, and I'm one of the ministers in the family, of the Birmingham family. And it's 14 of us, well, it's 13, with Terry being in prison. And we don't want Terry in there any longer. He's innocent, and there's no point in him sitting up in there for something that we don't know if it's really Kara Cooper or not. But we want him free. Terry is a man of God, and he has his character is not like that. And so we are fighting for our brother Terry. And nobody else don't care. We are fighting for him because it was an unfair trial of how they did this to him. It's like they just wanted to capture a black man and throw him in prison and didn't care about his life after that and just threw away the key. And we're not going to sit by and just watch that. We have God on our side, and we know what the truth is. So we are standing here today coming up against we thought like you said, like my brother Craig said, we thought that the Constitution, the justice, we thought that we had justice in this nation.
Right,
You
yeah.
know, we crying out for justice.
Yeah.
You know, we crying out, we want justice for our brother. He been in there long enough. You know, and something that he definitely did not do. So we are standing here today. Ain't that right, family?
Set him
We are
free.
standing here today, and we want Terry free.
Set
It
him
doesn't
free.
matter what nobody else is saying about him. We
Yeah.
know our brother. My mom, that's her son. She know her son. And so we want him free. So no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
We won't sit back until we find out.
Right.
We won't sit back. We won't give up.
Right. Let it be heard.
We won't give
Yes.
up. We're not giving
We
up.
won't give up. We won't give up.
See that? This young man has 5 kids. and he was unjustly taken away from his 5 kids. And he's a father,
Wonderful.
and he should be out. And because of negligence of our court system, which they didn't care about whether Terry lived or died, they just wanted they wanted the case to be closed.
About the DNA, no.
They even messed up the DNA.
And that lost their license.
And everything. There's also where their license almost was revoked because of mishandling of DNA.
That's right. That's right.
So all this, in this case, all of this has been messy, and we want another trial. That's why we're on this YouTube. We want this to be done right, so our brother can get out, because he have no business being in Cameron Correctional Institution.
That's right.
And if you listen to, this was in the transcript when this detective Snyder, well, the lawyer even asked him, but did he lie sometime? He said, yeah, I do lie occasionally. Then he also said, to try to make it look like Terry was guilty when he picked him up. He said, when he got through asking him, said first, he acted like he was innocent. So, but he kind of dropped his head or something, shook his head. But I would shake my head if somebody all of a sudden put some on me that I'm not guilty of doing.
That's right.
That's right. I said,
That's
a lot of
right.
people would have tried to get him maybe and fight. But he said he knew that he hadn't did that. Naturally, he shook his head. He said, what? He wasn't even expecting that. About a rape. He said, I never did that. I don't mess with nobody. He said that don't say yes to me. He said, I never ever did that. And so, but then this is what the Snyder trying to say. But when I asked him, he said, I've never messed with no old woman. And he said he did not say that. See, that's hearsay from Snyder. He said the only thing he was telling them about an old housing or somebody little, gun. He said, he just told him. He said, no, he didn't mess about no old woman. Nothing like that. So what Snyder was trying to do, make it look like that, all of a sudden he said, I didn't mess with no woman. They never saw Terry. They never even saw a black man. Never even saw a black man. This Mr. Brown said the only way he knew he was black was the way he ran. That's what kind of a statement is that? The way he ran. So every time you watch how you run, man,
Racist statement.
Right.
That's right. And you can't tell at night too. He never could. Nobody saw what color he was. Everybody said his back was turned. They asked anybody, you ever seen anybody in the neighborhood like Terry? No, we didn't. Could you see that what Terry was kind of geared to wear? We don't see. We don't see that.
This is our mom crying out.
And
Yes.
and so what it looked like, just like we were saying, it was a black man. What didn't matter? That's what it looked like. What didn't matter? Just another black man. They didn't try to make sure that it was right or wrong. They just got a black man, so we leave everything else alone. And there's been rapists ever since then. Since he's been incarcerated. So long as it's a black, he's still fine. But that's why we crying for justice. And that's what we want is justice. Not know somebody coming back with a lot of stuff. They don't have a lot of stuff to come back with. Nobody saw it. Nobody seen the fingerprint.
Yes, that's right.
Nobody seen him talking about a black coat. He never owned a black coat in his life. Just all that stuff.
Yes.
Just a bunch of made up stuff. Everything is hearsay. Look at your DNA.
Right.
Look at that come out. This lady come talking about her name Dinah. That Dinah, she was one said that she did. And found out she didn't even do it. It was a woman named Hugh. She did. So now how is that gonna work out? She testified what Huford done.
Yes.
She tried to act like she did, but we found out after the court was over with that it was another woman did. See all of that stuff, and they let them walk with all that.
Right.
They never questioned that. Several lies was in that. They never questioned that. And so it's just we just can't sit back and just say, well, they always have done it like that. Yeah, they always have done it, but the buck stop here.
Right.
Yeah, enough is enough.
Yeah,
Enough is enough.
We tired of that. Look at Emmett Till, all that stuff that went on like that. Look, 14-year-old boy gets killed just because somebody thought he whistled at a white boy. Yes, we're tired of that. And I got a son to stand up there. I hated it for him, but I really hate it when they come home. home and went to do it when we know my son didn't do it,
Right.
and neither did their brother. None of them, they don't do nothing like
Right.
that.
It's
Nowhere that you
terrible.
see that Terry and any of the kids ever was involved in anything like
That's
that.
right.
So that's something made up. The Constitution is right. They denied Terry of a lot of his Constitution rights. Even to the DNA, he couldn't. They said they didn't have no more. They did have some more. Lies, lies, lies. Racial stuff,
Racial statement,
Racial
lies,
statement.
bunch of lies going on.
White woman.
Right.
That's all you want to hear. You get
Right.
sick of that kind of stuff. Let that stuff die with all of the slaves and everybody else.
Yeah.
And
Let
they
it
couldn't,
die with that.
they couldn't bring in the victim. It was like
We never
victim
seen
just
it.
vanished like vapor.
Yes.
And when I sat in that courtroom, so much like Emmett Till, only in today's time it was a modern day lynching.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
That's correct.
They changed the white sheets and all that of a Ku Klux Klan
Yes.
to gavels now. You
Yeah.
know, judge gavels and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
prosecutors and all that. That's the only that they've changed those
Yes,
white sheets to
yes,
them now.
yes.
Yeah.
And what I saw in that court when I was in that courtroom was the lynching of my baby brother.
That's right.
And we have to cry out.
Yes.
If not, he'll be in there till he dies.
Yeah.
I thought
And they don't care.
I thought that it couldn't be a case if you didn't have any victim. I mean, any witnesses or victims. She didn't even come forward. Any of her family didn't even come forward, and they didn't have any DNA. So how could they have a case against Terry? I've been knowing Terry for like 30 years. That's my
And you-
brother-in-law,
okay.
and I know him. And he will never, and neither any one of his family, they're Christians, and they will never do anything like that. So
Yeah.
how could they even have a case, or a trial against Terry without any victim or any of the victim's family coming forth? No one ever came forth. All they had was so-called hearsay letters that they had that she was supposed to have been, the victim is supposed to have been wrote, but those letters didn't even make sense, because all it said in there was like prejudice things, the Negro who raped me. It seems like this was a lynch, like a lynch trial, and they got who they wanted to lynch, a black man, when it's not Terry. It could be anyone out there, someone out there, whether they're white, Indian, or whatever, is walking around free, Hispanic. They're walking around free while Terry Birmingham is behind bars, and not for one life, but for 2 lives.
Three times.
3 times over, and for the first time of him raping one lady, I've seen on many of cases and on the news and on mothers where they got away with killing their kids, raping victims, and they only get 6 months, if that, or 30 years. But my brother Terry they've taken away his life, for nothing. He didn't do it. He didn't do anything, and he wouldn't have done anything. Where is the DNA? Where is the witness? Where is the victim? No one. You got him in jail for nothing. Set him free.
Set him free. Set him free.
Set him free.
And we want to wrap it up here now.
Like you were saying, they got a lot of stuff. It's not,
Can't
even
hear
with
you.
this, what you call them, the 12 men, that was unfair. To just leave two people on. He's supposed to have 6 too, like they had the 6 with white, 10 white people. They had 10 of them, and just had 2
So you had 10 white people.
They had 10 white people and 2 black.
and 2 black.
2 black, and they got rid of them, didn't they? One of them.
One of the women, I don't know, I think they had 2. But they asked Brian, and he said because it's a victim. They asked, I guess I'd have to say white, because that's all they do in black, white. So I don't use that word, but I got to use it. And he said the reason he could find him guilty, and that was a poor excuse. The reason he could find him guilty was that he had auntie who was 81 years old. I have one, and somebody else got one 81, but
That's right.
Pick up somebody's
That's no
He shouldn't have
reason.
been on the jury.
Right, that's true.
That's right. Yeah, talking about yeah, see, my auntie, and I sure hate for somebody. I hate for somebody to do anybody's auntie that way too. I wouldn't want mine done, but I don't want to go get somebody's innocent child
Right.
just to finish the case. So that was wrong all along, and I think everyone who listened to that should have enough common sense to know they wasn't the right statement to make. It's like some of them said when they caught that other rapist. I'm glad they got somebody. You glad they got somebody? You should have said, I hope they got the right person.
Yes.
But they got another black man.
Right.
So that's why it really didn't matter. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I don't want to sound prejudiced like I've read all along, but I got to bring a point out.
Right.
That's right, so that's what they did. And like I said in here, my other son got killed by, I have to use the word white man because he was. We didn't call that man out of his name. Not
Right.
one time. We didn't even know. He killed him and just left and ran on him drunk. We didn't call him no names. We didn't call him dirty white trash. We didn't call him peckerwood. We didn't call him nothing but a man. That's all. And I'm using that because I'm trying to let them that how we talk about Negroes, black men, let them know that Negro this and Negro that. That's all an ignorant person. Anybody can be that. It's not a color, not a
right.
race. It's not a race. And so this is where I look at how they do. They think they're being smart, but you're really just being ignorant to do something like that. I wouldn't want to see nobody just hung up for white or black or yellow or green. I wouldn't want to see them hung up just because I just want somebody caught and I know this race they usually find them guilty. And we don't care what they do to them. That's just the way I'm feeling about this. I hated to feel like this because all along that I've helped every race. You didn't care. If they was out of home, we had a home for them. Black, white, I raised a million of white babies. So I had to come this way though in order to try to let them know that we do want justice because I don't feel like in the United States we should have all this prejudice, white woman, black man done this, Negroes. That's all we hear. After a while people think, my God, what is we on this earth for? Just for people to look down on me? For what reason? Don't do no more than nobody else. Only thing it is, they just notice it real quick. And they want to put it down, want somebody to believe it. But I know better. All blacks is not wrong. All blacks is not crooked because I'm not in my family, is not, a lot of other families is not. So just like with the whites, the Mexicans, all of them is not wrong. We don't
Right.
go that way. So that's how I know because I work with the whites, I work with all of them because I help do things for them because what? The people. We just see love. We don't see race. We don't see color.
Right.
We just saw a need. When you want to know why did we protest this about this white man killing white man, we didn't care who they were. There was somebody got hurt, and we wanted to help out. So that's the way we live. But when I saw the way they done my son, I said, where is justice in the United
Yes.
States? Where is it? The Constitution even
Where
know.
is it?
All along
Where
they
is it?
denies us of all of our Constitution rights. Like you were saying, I could go on and on and on. I never would stop. She would never quit taking what I gotta say. But I just went ahead with it because I show love and go ahead.
Right,
Because
that's
let me
right.
tell you something. And this thing is not over with yet. Whatever you do, do to Terry, it's coming up again. And every one of your life that having a hand in having Terry put away or whatever you think you're gonna do to it, is coming up again. You are
God
never
will
forget
judge.
this statement that we said. We don't want a black man trial. Why? Because he always is about done wrong. That's why we made it. Not because we wanted to say it, because I
Right.
don't have a prejudice for it. But I don't lack injustice. I don't care who it is, white or black or yellow or green. So this is what they're doing. But when you get through, all of you that stood up there, the prosecuting attorney, the judge, and all of
The lawyer.
jury that got up there and pointed a finger at you, you better make sure you know what you were doing. You better make sure because you know what? It's coming up again in your life. You got children. You got grandchildren. All of
right.
these got to come up, but God's going to deal. He's going
God
to
is
deal.
the
That's all I
final
got to
judge.
tell you. Just keep a living. You will find out. This family that's begging and pleading with you today, that don't lie no more on my son. Don't do that. Tell the truth and shame the devil if you know how to. That's all we're saying today. Give us justice. You try to fight nothing that's wrong. I can't because we belong to God and we believe in living this thing like it's supposed to be lived. So I would do it even if he did it. I would want him helped, but I wouldn't feel like I'm feeling right now. So what we're saying is we want justice. You all can't find nothing. You can't find him guilty. Nobody saw him in the neighborhood. Nobody knows Miss Cougar. Nobody never
That's
saw her.
right.
Nobody know her. They just talking a bunch of stuff. Some people said they didn't know for 30 years. Well, why? How did she get away from y'all? Nobody know where she is. They say she's in a nursing home. We never seen a nursing home.